All right, for this explainer, we're diving right into a place where the stakes couldn't be higher. The intensive care unit. This is where life and death decisions are being made every single second. And now, AI is entering the picture.
So this brings us to the big question, right? How do you actually use AI to help save lives without it just becoming this mysterious black box, where it spits out an answer, but you have no idea how it got there? I mean, how can a doctor trust a recommendation if they can't see the logic, the why behind it?
Look, the challenge today isn't just about getting AI into hospitals anymore. That part's already happening. The real game is figuring out how to run it safely, transparently, and right there at the bedside where it actually matters most.
So, to really get our heads around this, we're going to look at the work of Dr. Ahmed Hawash. He's a critical care physician, so he's living this every day. And he's actually building a framework to solve this exact problem, how to make AI a partner you can actually trust in the ICU.
And what's so interesting about his approach is that it's not just about the tech, not just about the algorithm. It's a much bigger, more holistic vision. He's basically mapping out how medicine and technology have to grow together. Let's take a look.
Okay, here it is. This is basically the blueprint of his entire vision. And what I love about this professional interests map is how it pulls together 6 different areas, some of which you would never think to connect. His whole point is that to get this right, you need to master all of them. So let's break it down.
All right, first up, the one you'd expect, AI in healthcare. But it's not just about building a powerful algorithm.
No, this is the crucial part. He's all about designing AI that is explainable and audit-ready from the ground up. This is the antidote to that black box problem we talked about. The goal is to build tools where a doctor can look at any recommendation and see exactly how the AI got there.
Okay, so you have the tech, but where do you test it? Well, that brings us to the second circle on the map, his own specialty, neurocritical care.
And talk about high stakes, we're talking about traumatic brain injuries, major strokes. It is an absolute pressure cooker. Doctors are in a race against time, but every single call they make has to be justifiable. It's really the perfect place to see if an AI can be both super fast and totally transparent.
But, you can have the best tool in the world, and if the team doesn't know how to use it, what's the point? And that leads us straight to the third area, medical education.
And this is such a huge piece of the puzzle. It's not about the code, it's about the people. So he builds training for the entire team, doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and he's not just teaching them how to use the AI, he's teaching them how to challenge it, how to verify its output, and how to document their own decisions.
Okay, so from the tech and the training, the vision gets even broader. It starts to really focus on the human side of things, which brings us to a really interesting one, holistic health.
And I know, that might sound a little out of left field, right? But think about it. His argument is pretty straightforward. A doctor who is burned out and exhausted isn't going to make a good decision, period. Doesn't matter if they have an AI or not. So by taking care of the clinician's well-being, you're making sure the human part of the human-AI partnership is strong and reliable. So you've got the tech, the team, and their well-being. But all of this has to actually work in the real world. And that's where the 5th piece comes in, digital transformation in Egypt. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's about taking these great ideas and making them fit into actual hospital workflows within specific government frameworks like Egypt's Vision 2030. This is what separates a cool idea from a tool that actually gets used and makes a difference. And finally, the last piece of this puzzle brings it all together. It's all about communication, or medical content creation.
Why? Because at the end of the day, for any of this to work safely, everyone needs to be on the same page. So by creating things like infographics, videos, workshops, you're making these complex ideas accessible. You're spreading the knowledge so that more and more people can use these amazing tools the right way.
So when you put it all together, the technology, the clinical setting, the education, the human well-being, the real-world governance, and the communication, you see they're not just 6 random things. They're like ingredients in a recipe. And when you combine them, you get a clear, powerful framework for one thing, building trust in AI. And that recipe has a name, the Hawash method. And its goal is super practical. It's a bedside-first framework, something any team can pick up and use to bring AI into their daily work safely.
And it all boils down to 3 simple pillars, things you just can't skip. Number 1, the AI has to be explainable. You've got to see the why. Number 2, you need ironclad safety and governance. We're talking clear rules, audit trails, and a human is always in charge. And number 3, constant clinical education. The team has to know what the tool is great at and, just as importantly, what it's not.
Okay, that all sounds great on paper. But does it actually work? Does all this focus on education really make a difference? Well, there's one number that tells a pretty clear story.
Here it is. After just one lecture based on this method, there was an 89% jump in how well doctors followed clinical safety protocols. Just think about that for a second. That is a huge, real-world improvement in patient safety, and it all came from simply teaching people how to use the tool better.
So this all leads us to one final, really important question for you. Dr. Hawash has given us a roadmap, but every single hospital is on its own journey with this stuff.
So we want to leave you with this thought for wherever you work. What's the single biggest thing holding back the safe use of AI? Is it a data problem, just getting the right information? Is it a governance problem, not having the right rules and oversight in place? Or is it a culture problem, the challenge of just getting people to change how they think and work? Because whatever the answer is for you, that's probably what's going to define the future of medicine in your hospital.